Welcome to the webinar. So I'll start out first by introducing the other coaches that are up here with me. And I have Monique Waite, who we listed. She is a life coach as well as a licensed counselor. And I'll let her tell you a little about herself. And then we'll have Felicia R. Phillips also tell you about herself. And she is a licensed wellness coach. And like I said, we'll start with Monique. Why don't you start us out?
All right. Well, great evening, everyone. My name is Monique Lace, and I am a licensed clinical social worker. I'm also a life coach. I've been practicing for over 20 years, and currently I have my own practice where I'm doing therapy as well as life coaching. And my passion and my mission is to help people be able to develop their full potential. So I enjoy just seeing the transformation and seeing people just grow and the light bulb just come on, and for people to actually be able to walk into their next purpose.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm very happy to have you. I've known Monique for a long time. I've known Felicia for a long time too. I've known Monique a little longer. And I have seen her in action, and I've seen how she's able to usher people into breakthroughs in various arenas. And I know what she has to share with you tonight is definitely going to be helpful and definitely very informational. So, Felicia, if you would tell us a little about yourself.
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. And Alethea, as always, thank you so much for having me. Monique, it is always a pleasure when the three of us get together. It's
Yeah.
going to be great. And so I'm so excited to be with you here tonight. Again, I am Felicia Phillips, your favorite healthy lifestyle coach, AKA Coach Fee. I am the owner and the CEO of the Fat to Fit Academy, which is an online membership program that seeks to help Christian women who are at risk for or managing chronic disease to lose weight, body fat in inches, and to lead a happier, healthier, and more fulfilled life. Health and wellness has been my passion over the past couple of years as I have gone through my own personal health journey. And so, after losing 35 pounds and dropping from a size 14 down to a size 8, but then keeping it off for nearly 4 years, I know what it feels like to want to lose weight and not be able to. I know what it feels like to have the wrong mindset. I know what it feels like to grapple with depression and just say, who cares? Because I have other fish to fry. I know I've been there and done it with so much that's related to health and wellness and being fit. It is not simply what you eat, and it's not simply exercise. There's so many other factors that contribute to why you eat what you eat and why you're not making time to exercise and all of those things. And so I'm excited to be able to share a little bit with you today about some of those things that will help you to level up, right? And to live your best life from a health and wellness standpoint, not just basics, you need to eat this and you need to exercise, but really getting underneath the core problems so that once you figure that out, you'll be on your way to that healthier, happier, and more fulfilled life. So again, I'm so glad to be here. If you have any questions, I'm going to be looking down at Facebook, guys, to see if there are any questions that are coming through to help you out, Alethea. So don't think I'm not paying attention. I am just trying to keep the conversation going, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight.
I appreciate that, Felicia, and I'm happy to have you. And in case you can't tell, Felicia's always the one who brings the energy to our group. We all have energy now, don't get me wrong, but Felicia definitely does. And I think that must be a part of what's required to be a fitness and wellness coach. I don't know. But hey, whatever it is, it works for her. Again, I have seen her get major results, and one of her most successful clients is someone who's near and dear to her, and I'm going to let her tell you about that. But again, I know this lady has great tidbits to share with you tonight as well. And just to tell you a little more about me, so I am a personal development coach. Specifically, I do a lot in the arena of career development, excuse me, and confidence and personal development, just mindset and other things always play a part, because when you're talking career and you're talking, anything that you're going to do lifelong, it involves more than just what you do with your hands. Your mind is definitely a part of it, as well as skills and just a number of other factors. So I really do kind of incorporate all of that. I have been in the human resource arena, though, for well over 18 years, and I've done everything with human resources, from benefits to recruiting to career searches, and of course, counseling and helping people to find what I like to call as their permanent career, as their vocation, as the thing that they desire to do lifelong. I kind of see a job as just something that you're doing on the way to your purpose, so to speak. So it's something that you may be doing right now, but there may be something that you really, really desire to grow into. And those are the things that I really help people to do, more so in what I do on a day-to-day basis, and even in group sessions as well, so individual as well as groups. So tonight we're coming to you because some time ago, I know within the last year or so, we were talking and realized that there were three areas that women just really want to focus on and really want to do some transformation type work. And it revolves around emotions, it revolves around career and confidence, health and wellness. So this month, we've decided to do a whole series of webinars on those topics, and specifically pulling out the things that we know you want to hear more about. We advertised as the webinar, you being able to walk away from this tonight, um, finding out how to get to that fulfilled career, finding out how you can take charge of your emotions, and what we all want to hear about for sure, not that we don't want to hear about the other two things, but feeling and looking our absolute best. And that definitely hits home, coming out of a pandemic where some pounds have made their way in that shouldn't be there. So I'm just talking for me. I don't know about everybody else. So so those are the things we're going to talk about tonight. And I want to start out, we'll each take a piece of it to give
Mhm.
you our tidbits and give you some tips that we know that you can use. And then we'll kind of sum things up. And if you're looking to do additional work, we definitely can tell you about that as well. So let's see, we want to start out with Felicia. We want to do health and wellness first. If you would just kind of share with us some things that we can do to look and feel fabulous inside and out.
Absolutely. So, oftentimes at the end of the day, ladies, not sure if we have any gentlemen joining us or watching us, but at the end of the day, as I said during my opening, weight loss is about how many calories you take in and how many calories you burn. So if you consume more calories than you burn, you're going to gain weight. If you consume less calories than you burn, then you're going to lose weight. That's the basic math. That's simple, right? And so, if it were that simple, then we would not have a diabetes epidemic. We would not have so many people in the United States that were dealing with obesity, right? We would not have heart disease being the number one killer of people, and particularly African American women. And so, what I wanted to do today, instead of jumping into the nutrition and all of those things, and that is very important, anyone that follows me for any length of time will know that I always say nutrition is 80 to 90% of the weight loss equation. If you are not willing to make some changes to the foods that you eat, then you're not going to see the success that you want to see or the results. And I say that out of my own personal story. You hear people all the time at the beginning of the year, right? At the beginning of the year or on the heels of vacation. They come off of vacation, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about cruises. I'm about to mourn them now. I was thinking about a cruise. I just got off this cruise that we're probably not doing now, but I just got off this vacation and I've gained so much weight. I need to get back to the gym. Or we hear people say at the beginning of the year, this is the year I'm going to lose weight. I need to get back to the gym. And I just sit back and shake my head because I was a member of a gym for about 17 years. And for 17 years, the one thing that was consistent with the gym was them charging my account every month for my payments. But what was not happening were results. Now, is it the gym's fault? Absolutely not. But the gym exercise is only one piece of the puzzle. Nutrition is far more important. Again, 80 to 90% of the weight loss journey. And so I'm not going to talk a lot about nutrition today, but I want you guys to keep that in mind that when you start evaluating what you need to do to look and feel fabulous, how can you have this energy? Listen, I have been up since about 5 o'clock this morning. I went to the gym early because I knew I had a very long day. And normally, when I go to the gym early, I intend to kind of try to get to bed a little earlier. But I have this energy because of my workouts and because I've been eating what I'm supposed to eat and because I've been doing what? Drinking my water and
Yeah.
all of that. And so, again, nutrition is 80 to 90% of the equation. However, in order to make the changes to your nutrition, in order to make the changes to your habits, your healthy habits, right? You want to replace some of your negative habits or your bad habits with healthy new habits. It has to start somewhere. And that's what I want to talk about for just the next couple of minutes. And Alethea, you can just give me a wave. I'm not sure if we need to kind of condense things because of time or what, but I will try to get through everything as quickly as I can and making sure that everybody gets the meat that they all came for. And so the first thing that I want to talk about is mindset. With weight loss or with any goal, you have to have a made up mind and you have to have an open mind. You have to change your mind about how you're living. If you already knew how to lose weight, if you already had your mind made up, then you wouldn't need to work with a coach. You wouldn't need to go to webinars and learn how to do it. And so by being here, you're acknowledging at some level that you need some more information, right? You need to know how to do this. But here's the key: if I give you all the information and tell you how to do it, but you don't have the right mindset, it means nothing. You're not going to implement, you're not going to execute, you are not going to change a thing. So you have to have the right mindset. And what I like to do with my clients from time to time, in fact, I'm probably going to be talking to some of my one-on-one clients later on this week about mindset. If anybody has, followed, if you worked with a coach previously, you may have heard of two types of mindsets: growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And what I need you to do, if you are really looking to lose weight and to feel fabulous, right? Everybody wants the results. So people will see my before and after pictures. They'll see before and after pictures from my clients, and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I need. I need to lose that amount of weight. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. What an amazing transformation, right? And it's like, what did you do? What did you do? And people oftentimes don't realize that it took some time. Even with COVID, those pounds didn't just pop up overnight. It took some habits that you were engaging in during COVID: snacking too much, being sedentary, not exercising, not drinking enough water, not eating enough of the right foods. It took some time for those unhealthy habits to settle in, to cause you to gain weight. And so it's going to take some time and some effort and some sacrifices in order for you to get the results that you want. And so when I talk about mindset, the fixed mindset is, this is it. It is what it is, and there's nothing that can be done about it. And with that fixed mindset, I can't work with you. With that fixed mindset, not just the health and wellness area, Alethea can't work with you, Monique can't work with you. If you come with that fixed mindset that just says, this is it, it just stays right. I'm just going to stay in this space, in this box. This is my lane, and I'm just going to stay in here and nothing. I have no power to make a change. I have no power to do anything else. Then you're not going to do anything else. So you might be thinking, okay, I hear you, but what does that look like from a weight loss standpoint? Okay, everybody in my family is sick. There you go. Right? We hear that oftentimes. My family, we have these hips, we have these thighs. Guess what? You also have a fork. And I would just venture to say it's not so much that you just have these hips and you have these thighs, but it's that you are not disciplined in the foods that you're eating. And so we like to rely on, not to rely on, we like to use excuses. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be a coach right now, not be your buddy. We like to use excuses. And so it's so much easier to say that this runs in my family. And it very well may run in your family, but understand that what's running in your family is most likely the lifestyle, and not so much that you have to be this size or this shape or whatever because your mom and your grandmom and your auntie and everybody has these hips and this butt and all of that stuff, right? Understand that your mom, your grandmom, and all of them probably came from one matriarch who cooked and prepared foods a certain way and who ate certain foods that were actually passed down. And so you're eating a certain type of way. That is so that's one example. I hope that was a clear example of having a fixed mindset. It's not going to change because this is just it. Even from a health standpoint, you could say, well, everybody in my family has diabetes, so I'm going to get it. So you know what? You only live once. I'm not going to worry about, what I'm eating and what I'm drinking and all of that stuff. I'm going to live. You're talking about living my life. I'm going to live my life. But listen, sis, that's not the life that we want you to live. That is a closed mindset. That is a fixed mindset that says there's nothing I can do about this. I'm going to get diabetes. And guess what? For those of you who are diabetic or for those of you who are pre diabetic, you have to change your mindset because guess what? Diabetes can be reversed. It is not a death sentence. You don't have to go blind. You don't have to get your leg amputated. You don't have to develop all the other complications. You can take charge, but you have to change your mindset. And I'll use my personal example. Alethea alluded to my mother, who is my VIP client. My mother in 2019 weighed 239 pounds. She has diabetes, had blood sugar levels as high as 1250, the times when she was admitted to the hospital. And just kind of on a regular basis, she liked to roll around 250 or 350, which is ridiculously high. But upon working with me, and not even working with me in an official capacity, because I was not even a certified nutritional coach when I began doing the work with my mother, but working with my mother to create some healthy new habits, working with her to manage the foods that she was eating allowed her to lose, and not just overnight. I was about to say get rich quick. I don't do lose weight quick, schemes and fads and diets, but working with my mother, I was able to help her, drum roll, lose. This time last year, she had lost 30 pounds. When I look back at my Facebook post, my mother had dropped 30 pounds this time last year. But on today, I'm going to say on today, I know that's wrong, but we like to say that in church. On today, my mother is down to 175 pounds from 239 pounds. And on top of that, she is looking and feeling amazing. We just bought her an Easter dress and she couldn't stay out of the mirror. She was just like, look at how I look. I can't believe how I look. She feels amazing. Her energy level is up. She's 71 years old. And guess what? You know that diabetes and those blood sugar levels that were up to 1250? Her blood sugar level this morning was 97. She stays within a healthy range for her blood sugar level. Her A1C is not just in the pre diabetic range, it's in the no diabetic range. And so it took having a growth mindset. If she had said, you know what, I have diabetes, I've had it since 2009, and there's nothing I can do about it. Mm-hmm. She didn't say that. She made a decision. She made a choice. She had an open mindset, a growth mindset. And so that's what I want you guys to have, is not to have that closed mindset that says, this is it. I can't do it. You may have tried a diet in the past. I don't do diets. So it's going to fail because diets are not, they don't work. They're not sustainable, right? Mm-hmm. But if you can commit to changing your lifestyle, making some sacrifices, doing some things differently, having an open mind, a growth mindset, then you can get to where you want to go. The second thing, and I'm probably going to speed it up, the second thing that I want to share is that you have to have a willingness. So the first thing is mindset, really quickly, willingness. You have to be willing to make the changes. You have to be willing to make the sacrifices. When I lost weight, I was committed to getting to that goal. And that meant that I had to do something I had never done before. Get up at 4 a.m. every morning to go work out at 5 a.m. every morning before I went to go work my full-time job, serve in ministry, take care of my children, be a good wife, and everything, be a caregiver for my, all of that stuff. I had to be willing to get up because I wanted it that badly, to get up at 5 a.m. and to go and to work out. I had to be willing to try new foods. Even now, I'm trying foods I'd never had. I had to be willing to do that. Yeah, they absolutely can be hereditary. So I'm not suggesting that they're not things that run in the family, but what I am saying is that you can't just you can't just throw it out and just say, I'm going to get it automatically because my family members had it. There are some
Mhm.
things that you can do. If we just had the mindset that, my grandmother died from heart disease, I'm going to die from heart disease, that's a closed mindset. That's a fixed mindset. You have to believe that you can make the change. You have to believe that there's some things that you can do. And that's why I'm here. That's why I get excited. That's why I am passionate about it. My mother, for instance, again, is no longer taking insulin after 10 years. She's no longer on any diabetes medication. And I'm not saying, that I'm the cure all for everything, but a lot of the chronic conditions that we suffer from are related to our lifestyle. And so we don't need to rely on the crutch of it runs in my family. And that's the excuse to not do something about it.
Right.
Have an open mindset, a growth mindset, and be willing to make the changes. That's all I have for you tonight. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to turn it back over to Alethea. Again, I am Coach B, your favorite healthy lifestyle coach with the Fab to Fit Academy.
Wow, that is awesome. And let me tell you, I mean, I've seen the work that she does. I'm a part of her group, and I mean, she is on you. You will exercise, and she definitely stresses the fact that a huge part of health and wellness is not the exercise. That's a part of it, but it is hugely the nutrition, and that is something that she
Absolutely.
definitely has gotten me to see, and made some changes with the way I eat, and definitely getting my water in, which I did anyway. But honestly, I have always kind of maintained my weight by exercise. I watch what I eat, but not as much as I would try and get the exercise in there to kind of cut away from the stuff that I ate. But now I'm more conscious. She has me a lot more conscious about it, and I appreciate that. That was good, Felicia. So she was saying that her three tips are: you have to have an open mindset, a growth mindset, and be willing to make the changes in order to get yourself to a point where you look and feel fabulous inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
Mhm.
you.
Monique, we're going to go to you next.
Wow. That
And
was great, Felicia.
yeah, that was
Um,
really
yeah.
good.
I mean, I enjoy just hearing you speak. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Thank you.
Um,
absolutely.
so tonight I'm talking with you about taking charge of your emotions. And so, we know that this past year has been it's been an emotional roller coaster. I mean, with COVID, with the whole social unrest, I mean, coming into the election season, coming into January, having that whole insurrection, I guess that's what we call it now.
Mm,
Um, but we've been on an emotional roller coaster. And so sometimes our emotions can hijack us and just, it jumps in the driver's seat and it just drives, and we start to feel like I don't have any control, or we start to feel like I'm out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're feeling that way tonight, I'm going to give you 3 points, 3 things you can actually use tonight to start to take control or take charge of your emotions, because you can control it. You can control those emotions. They don't have to continue to drive you, you know. Um, and so tonight I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can do. I promise you, you can do it tonight. Um, the first one is being able to identify what I'm feeling,
mm,
you know. A lot of times we can't put a name to the feeling. It's hard to say, well, am I angry? Am I sad? Am I anxious? But sometimes just identifying what's happening in my body, paying attention to my body, noticing like, okay, my breathing has changed, or noticing those butterflies in your stomach, or noticing that my heart is racing. Um, and paying attention, because our body, it gives us signals. It lets us know that, okay, your temperature is rising, and we can choose at that point to ignore it, or we can choose to stop and pay attention. So the first step is being able to identify, even if you can't name it anger or name it anxiety, but even if you notice that, okay, my heart is racing, you know, or like I said, I have those butterflies in my stomach, or, my heart is beating fast, or my mouth is dry. And then after you do that, to do a self assessment. And what I mean by self assessment is merely just taking a moment or two just to identify, okay, what what am I thinking? Was there something that I was thinking? Was there an event that happened that kind of triggered this emotion? Because different things will trigger us. And it could be something as small as your child asking you what's for dinner and you flying off the handle, and it's not really about your child asking you what was for dinner. Maybe you're really exhausted from working all day long.
Right.
But because you didn't really stop to pay attention to when your child said what was for dinner, and all of a sudden your heart started racing,
I
you
know.
know, or immediately you slam down the pot, um, because you were running off of, I'm already exhausted.
Yes.
But sometimes we can miss those triggers. And so being able to do a self-assessment, just taking a quick, how did I get here? What is my body trying to tell me? Am I exhausted? And if I am exhausted, then step 3 is as simple as, sometimes we just need to take a time out. And taking a time out can look like, okay, I need to go into the bedroom and shut the door and count to 100, or breathe, or maybe I just need to go in the bathroom and just sit on the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And often we say, well, I can't do that. I don't have time to do that. Or it happens so quick. And what I say about that is, I don't care if you go from 0 to 60. Between 0 and 60, your body has given you some warning.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do have a choice. You have a choice. And so at that moment, you have a choice. Do I continue to rant and rave and slam the pots and the pans and talk about how nobody helps me cook dinner? Or do I take a time out, go sit down somewhere, get my emotions under control, take charge of those emotions, and then be able to assess whether or not, okay, maybe tonight is just carry out night, or tonight is everybody for themselves night, or maybe just that little bit of time will give you the energy that you need to go ahead and prepare dinner for the night.
Right.
And so I want you to remember that you do have a choice. I want you to remember that it's not easy. Okay. So the 3 things I'm telling you tonight, you will have to practice it, but you can do it. I promise you, if you take the time, you will see a result. But remember that you do have a choice. It's not easy. It takes work. But when you take charge of your emotions, you will start to feel more empowered. You will start to feel more in control of your life. And
Mm-hmm.
you will be able to not just make decisions about what's for dinner, but you'll be able to make decisions about, what am I going to do as far as my career? What am I going to do as far as my health? So you
Right.
see how important taking charge of your emotions
Yes.
actually starts to help you do other things in your life. It leads into other areas of your life. So tonight, I hope you can take those 3 things away. And I hope it starts to make a difference in your life.
Wow. That was good. I mean, simple, clear things that you can do even tonight. Now, give them
Yes.
to me one more time because I was jotting them in the chat and I want to make sure I have it right. So,
So
the
the first one is you want to identify what you're feeling. And that can be as simple as what is your body saying? Noticing the things that your body is doing, whether you're breaking out into a sweat,
right
you're breathing. Number two, doing a quick assessment.
assessment. Right.
Yes. So what are my triggers? What got me here?
Mm-hmm.
And number three, taking a time out. We do it with the kids all the time,
Yes.
but it works for adults too. So just being able
Absolutely.
to take that time and then be able to make a choice.
That's great.
Love it.
I love it. I love it.
Very simple, but
Yeah,
sometimes challenging.
Yeah, and it
Just
is.
absolutely.
It is challenging.
It's basic and it all comes down, it all boils down to slowing down.
Yes.
Slowing down so that you can see what's going on with you and then slowing down again to get it corrected. Take that time out. I like that. I like that. And a lot of people, we talk about, having to take control of our emotions, but you've already said it, COVID has put us in a different place.
Yes.
You
listen.
know, we're coming up on a year now. Well, we're at a year. We're beyond that year point where
Mhm.
we've been, perhaps working out of the house for the first time ever for some people. Trying to, not being able to really touch the cans and not think about it when you go to the grocery store. Come on. I mean, you go to the
Right.
grocery store and you're like, okay, I touched that. I have to remember when I leave, I got to use the sanitizer. We have
Hmm.
just been totally reprogrammed. And I think that this is something, many of these things are going to be around with us for a while.
Mhm.
So quite naturally we're going to have emotional things that we have to deal with because life has been a certain way all our lives.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I definitely appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate those 3 points, most definitely. So I was talking about
Awesome.
COVID, and a lot of people, I've heard from a number of people who during this time have really been doing a self assessment of, we talk about the health and wellness, we talk about, the emotional piece of it, and people have really been doing a self assessment, regarding their career, their profession, what it is that they do, to make a living. And what I thought I would talk about tonight is how do you really find fulfillment in your career and how can you do that now? How can you get to that place where you are fulfilled in your career? Now, to be quite honest, I said something you can do now, but these things take some time. But they're tools that you can put in place right now that you'll be able to start to identify where you are and then identify where it is you want to go. And those are the things that I want to talk about tonight. So when we think career, we think, this is something that I do, that I enjoy most of the time. People do enjoy it. Um, but are they absolutely enamored by it and thrilled and excited? 9 out of 10, no. It provides for the family, it helps people to live the way that they want to live. However, it is not always as fulfilling as they desire for it to be, and they can't quite put their finger on why.
Mhm.
So a lot of what I do when I talk to people, the first thing I say is, and it's a question that I know we've all heard at some point, if there's anything in the world that we could do, and, even if we didn't get paid for that thing, we would do that. What would it be? So I try to help people to find out, what is it that really gives their heart some fire? What is it that they're passionate about? And that could relate to stuff that they've been doing all their lives that they take for granted, the fact that they can orchestrate. a church dinner every Sunday and get things packed up, cooked, packed up, clean, delivered, monetized, and everything with no
Right.
sweat, that really is a skill set. Now, people may not want to do that for a living, but it also points to skills that you have that can really relate to a position in a career field. And those are the things that I ask people to sit down and do immediately when we first start talking. Tell me what it is that really makes you happy. You know, well, I don't know. Well, sit down and do some things, even if it's as basic as, in the past couple of months, what has happened that's really made you smile? You know, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, but sometimes it's not, it doesn't come to the surface quite as easily. So then there are other things that you can get into to definitely, try and figure out, what makes me happy. I don't think this job is it, but what is it so that I can go in the direction to find exactly what it is that's going to make me happy or going to be fulfilling to me where I feel like I'm making a difference. So the first thing is to ask yourself that question. Sit down, journal, and write down what is it that I would do? What is it that I do right now that even if I didn't get paid, I would continue to do that? So the second thing is, just like I mentioned, and we've been talking about it a lot tonight, um, and I'm going to reiterate it again. Mindset is key in so much of what we do. It goes across the spectrum and everything that we're talking about here tonight, and in
Mhm.
everything in life. If you do not have the right mindset, if you don't have the confidence, if you are not living as you authentically are, if you're not being your true self
Right.
because you've had to conform to be somebody else for so long, and you may have lost yourself in there. So, the second thing that I always say to do is to sit down and find out what are the stumbling blocks that are causing you from actually going and doing some of the things that you really want to do. What is the mindset? What is it that you're telling yourself you can't do because of whatever? Because of something that's happened to you growing up, because of something that happened to you on your last job, because of a skill set that you do not have. Sit down and identify those things that are holding you back. And you're not always, as I said a few seconds ago, about the first thing, that question and what makes you happy. That stuff doesn't always come right up to the surface. However, it's a start. Sit down and write it down. Write down what you know right now. And what you will get from that is the areas that you need to work on to make something happen in
Mhm.
this year that I'm calling the transformation year. It's something you have to work on to transform to where
Mhm.
you need to be to get to the fulfilling job that you want to have. So, those are two things. The third thing is I talked about the mindset. Dedicate some time to really focusing in on those things that you enjoy. Focus in on those things that you're passionate about. Focus in to find out what really, what mark do you think you are to make? What is it that you
Mhm.
desire more to do more than anything else? What is your purpose? And people say that so much, and that's not always an easy thing to get at either. That takes a little work.
Right.
And some of the work that you need to do is what I'm talking about now, getting that mindset straight and getting down to bare bones you, finding out who you were before society said you had to be this person or you had to do things this way. Who were you originally? Because that is the person who's going to connect to where you want to go and get the fulfillment that you want in your job and in your life, period.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you, people often say that it's cliche-ish and everybody's talking about purpose. But the third thing is you really have to tap into why you do, why you are who you are, and what it is that you really want to do in life, where you want to make a mark. What legacy do you want to leave? Those are the things that you need to look at in order to find out, what is going to make me happy? What's going to fulfill me? Those are the areas that you need to start working on first, and realize that even if they don't always come up to the surface, there's so many things that can be done to help you to get there. um, you know Working with a coach, also there are assessments that can tell you, I bake a good cake. How does that come out to something I can do in corporate world? There's so many resources out there, and that's a lot of what I'm talking about in social media this week. But those are three things that you can do now, that you can do tonight. Grab that journal and that pen and start with those things, and then find out where it is you have to do the work to get where you want to be. I hope that makes
Awesome.
sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
Great, great, great. And I haven't been looking to see if there are any questions. I think we're okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I think we're all right. But that is it. Does anybody have any questions whatsoever on anything that the three of us have covered? Um, I know that we have given you some information again that you can use right now. And that's what we wanted to do in this webinar. We have a few more scheduled, actually. We're doing them all this month. So, we may even have new material next week if you want to come back again. The link will still be up. You can register and come back once more, because that's what we want to do. We want to dedicate the next few weeks to giving you something that you can use right now, that'll something that'll stick to your bones and help you to thrive, help
Mhm.
to get you to the place where you need to be. And I don't see anything. Do you ladies see? I'm trying to monitor, but I do not multitask very well. And I don't see any questions. I don't see
No
any
questions.
questions.
I don't see any
Okay.
questions on Facebook. Do we have any questions?
On our
We have
in our
Regina and
YouTube.
Demure here. Any questions for us?
Yeah, I don't think so. They'll put them up in the chat. Put them up in the chat, ladies, if you have some. I
Mhm.
promise we'll definitely get over to them. Now, something else we want to talk to you about tonight as well. We've told you again some things that you can do tonight, today, this week, to transform things for you emotionally and in the health and wellness area, as well as career and confidence. However, we're all coaches, and we definitely have programs that we're able to help you to go further in, to really do a deep dive. And one of the programs that we've decided to really, triple up on is called the Transformed Woman Program. Now, we launched this last, oh boy, we finished a few weeks ago. So I guess we launched it at the beginning of the year,
Right.
Mhm.
and it was very successful. You come into a program, you know what you want to do, and you're excited. You know the niche that you fit into and the information that you're able to give, and you know that it's good, and you know that it's transformative, and you have expectations. But I tell you, the program really, and I mean, speaking for myself, and I think I can say for these ladies too, based on our conversations, it really surpassed even what we thought it would do.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Our feedback has been tremendous. People have really latched on to things and made changes in their life that has made
Absolutely.
them for
yes,
the better. There aren't many programs out there where you're going to get three coaches, and that is what we're bringing to you. We're bringing to you a program again where we're working on the emotional piece, we're working on the health and wellness, and we're working on the career and confidence, and we're bringing you guarantees also. um, and we can talk a little to those. Actually, let's do this. I'll have Monique and Felicia tell you what it is that they do in the program. And I think they can tell you a whole lot better than I can. So this time we'll start with Felicia. Tell us what you bring to the Transformed Woman program.
All right. Well, ladies, I am your health and wellness expert. For those of you, again, who have gained those COVID pounds, or maybe, we're going to tell the truth and shame the devil. You had some pounds before COVID, and then you had the COVID pounds. So you had some pounds that you need to
The
lose. Well,
pounds.
the Transform Woman is a 6-week program, and I am the health and wellness expert for that portion of the program. And what that means is that I am going to equip you with the tools that you need to lose that weight. But you may hear people say, you can do this to lose weight, you can do that to lose weight, and all of that. Listen, I am going to help you to lose weight. We have 6 weeks. And so I am going to help you to lose, let's see, 6 weeks. We're going to lose a minimum of 10 to 12 pounds in the 6-week program. So if you want to get a jump start on your weight loss and you want to lose that weight, you want to lose those COVID pounds, remember I said 10 to 12 pounds minimum. So it really depends on you and it depends on your program. But what you're going to get from me is something that I'm not offering anywhere else. It is only a part of the Transform Woman program, because every week the three of us are going to be coming together and we're going to be providing group coaching on our various areas of expertise. But on top of that, I am going to take each of you under my wing as a one-on-one nutritional client. What does that mean? That means as a part of this amazing program, you're going to get customized nutrition, customized exercise workout programs, you're going to get a whole customized program. You're going to get accountability from me, and you are going to lose a minimum of 10 to 12 pounds. If you said you were going to lose weight this year and you missed out in January and February and March, I promise you, this is your time and my service is guaranteed. So what does that mean? It means that we're going to have a talk and we're going to come up with your specific weight loss goal. And whatever it is that we agree upon, whatever it is that I say, I look you in the eye and say, okay, you're going to lose 10 pounds by the end of this program. If you do everything that I ask you to do, if you come with that growth mindset, that open mindset, and the willingness to do what I'm asking you to do, and you don't lose 10 to 12 pounds by the end of this program, or whatever your goal is, I'm going to continue working with you at no additional cost until you get to that goal that we identified at the beginning of the program. So if you said I want to lose 10 pounds and you only lost 8 pounds, I'm going to stick with you. I'm not going to leave you hanging. We're going to get to those 10 pounds. My service is guaranteed. So you're going to get my one-on-one nutritional coaching program on top of being a part of this group coaching opportunity. Listen, ladies, all y'all need to do is get your coins ready to invest in this program. And then the second thing you need to do is get your coins ready to invest in your new wardrobe. Because after you lose 10 pounds, you're going to want some new gear so you can do what? Look and feel amazing. Look and feel fabulous on the inside out. So that's what I'm bringing to the Transform Woman program. I'm excited about it and I can't wait to see you join in.
Yes. Oh my goodness. The pounds, the pounds. She gave us pounds,
Yes.
y'all.
Let it go.
She told us
Okay.
we're gonna lose some pounds. Look, that's enough right there for me. Let me tell you. And now sometimes that's what it takes. You need somebody who's going to tell you, look, I know you're trying to lose. I know you've been dieting and you don't know what they say, you're not getting to what, but she told you how much she can definitely help you to get off. That's awesome. That's awesome. Monique, please tell us what you bring to the Transformed Woman
All
program.
right. So I will be your emotional transformation coach in this program. And during the 6 weeks with me, we're going to actually look at your mindset. We're going to look at those emotional messages that maybe have been holding you back, those limiting beliefs that we talk about that may have been holding you back and keeping you from starting your weight loss program or starting your career or just being comfortable within yourself. And so in those 6 weeks, I'm going to give you 5 steps to help you to break up with those negative or limiting beliefs. So those things that you may have been holding onto and they have been holding you back. And so I'm going to give you those 5 steps. And I'm also going to talk about the importance of self-care. And we're going to look at, self-care and why is it important. And I'm going to actually help you to create a self-care calendar that you can actually put into practice. And I know I can hear you saying already, but I don't have the time. We're going to look at that too. We're going to look at those energy zappers and those time
Yes.
stealers. And I'm going to help you find at least 1 hour where you can actually tap in and that you can actually use some tools and techniques to actually start to implement your wellness. And so those are the things that I'm going to be offering. And when you walk away, I promise you that you will not only have been able to identify those negative beliefs and those negative patterns, but you'll be able to challenge them and to replace
Yes.
them, to be
Yeah.
able to talk back to them so that you can actually walk into your new transformation, your emotional transformation. And while you may not physically drop 10 pounds, but hopefully mentally and emotionally, you will feel much lighter when you leave this
Yes.
program.
Yes. That's awesome. And and it's true that emotional baggage can be
Yeah.
really, really, really heavy and can just affect so much of what we do. So
Yeah.
having that as a part of the program, well, we know that it's effective. We know how well it works. We've seen it work all together. And some people say, well, maybe I need to work on one thing at a time. We have seen women do all of these areas and make progress and come out soaring, and that's what makes us so excited about what we do. You can
Yeah.
work on it all at the same time. And when the program ends, we're always still here for support. Just because we're not meeting on a weekly basis or what have you, we always leave our door open via email. If you have
Absolutely.
questions, or sometimes you just need a come on, stick with it, you can do it.
Mhm.
We're here
Mhm.
for that as well. You really do kind of you develop definitely a relationship with the people that you're working with here, and that's very important as well. And so now I'll tell you about the confidence and the career piece. And people always say, well, why do you put confidence and career together? I mean, there are a lot of different things that factor into that. But I always say confidence and career because that's where I feel many of my clients really need help. If
Mhm.
we can get the confidence level to where it needs to be, then we can go after those positions and not have any fear of interviewing and seeking out those positions, and worrying about skill sets and all those kinds of things that we can improve and actually get. So that is a huge piece of what we'll be talking about in the whole career piece of it. And what I offer varies depending upon the person, the client who's a part of the program. We have people who have come who really don't want to leave the position that they're in. They want to stick with the position, but they want to improve how they show up on that position. We
Yes.
work on that too. We work on that. We talk about, being able to advocate for yourself. So we work through all of the things that you do in your
Mm.
career to make you a stronger employee and a more marketable one. We'll look at that. And for those who are trying to find that position where they'll want to go and get up and go to it every morning with a smile on their face. For people who want to do that, we do the deep work around that too. I guarantee that you can come out with a career plan. I also guarantee that you can come out even with some ideas around those things that you're passionate about, ideas about how you can make even those things a career. It's possible. I am able to help you to see that. And we can come out even with a plan for something like that. A part of what I do, which is really um, big that I'm including in the program this time. I do it with my clients one on one. And what I'm doing is an actual assessment that helps to look at your behaviors, your skill set, the things that you do that you're passionate about, your values,
Mhm.
your beliefs. We look at all of those things and then determine what kind of career are we talking about? How does this fit in with what you feel your purpose is? So we come out with a plan that you would be able to implement that'll also involve, making sure that all of your career marketing pieces are straight, including your resume, your LinkedIn account, your social media account, make sure your branding looks right. We'll take a
Yes.
look at all of those things, every piece that is involved in ensuring that you're going to walk away feeling like you have a plan to get to that position that
Mhm.
is fulfilling to you, or work in the position that you're currently in and you want to stay in, but show up, be more present for, and be more commanding for and advocating for
Yes.
yourself. So, those are the things that we'll look at with the career plan. Um, and I can tell you with these ladies, so each of us are bringing a piece of our program to the Transformed Woman program.
Mhm.
Definitely what I'm bringing is, I know that what Felicia is bringing is a piece of hers, as well as Monique. I can
Mhm.
also say that combined, we have well over, and I'm just guessing here because I know how roughly how long we've all been doing what we're doing. We have, well, I would say close to 50. Let's put it up there. I'm the older one. I'll take most of the years. We have close to 50 years of experience and in various arenas, so we definitely have a real feel, and we're really passionate about this. I said in one of the commercials that I did for this that what really is the catalyst behind us doing the coaching that we do is personal experience, things that we've gone through, things that we've moved on from a rough spot, and we've persevered and conquered, and we want to help other women to do the same. Thus, the Transformed Woman program was developed. So that is the program. It is a 6-week program. I have my notes here to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. We have weekly modules that we assign. We have discussion. We also have one-on-one sessions. So you will get a one-on-one session with each coach during that 6-week period. Each week there is a group Zoom call. Um, that all three of us will participate on. And what we usually do is each coach will take equal time and then wrap things up at the end. We'll come back together and just do a wrap up of the topic for the night. There is a Facebook community that we open up so that you can ask questions, and communicate and develop that camaraderie that you can develop with other women who are in the program with you. And then some of the bonuses, you'll definitely get a workbook. We talked about you walking away with plans, and that is both on the emotional side, with Felicia and with myself. So those are all the things that come along with the program. It starts May 6th. We will launch the program. So we're talking emotional assessment and realignment, personal and professional development, nutrition and fitness. 3 coaches all in one program, a 6-week program. So I know that you want to know the cost of the program. The program, again, for 6 weeks, and for all the things that you are getting with the program and the 3 coaches, the program is $1,800. Now, we also have it so that you can make payments on this so you don't have to do it all at one time. We do have a payment plan that is available for this. And again, we're working with this from our heart because we believe that this is something that women need. And we tried to bring you the absolute best value that we could bring you as a threesome. And we guarantee you, based on what we're offering, and what we know you'll get from this investment is worth it to yourself. You are worth it. You are worth what it takes to get you to the point where you're living your life the way you want to live it, so that you can enjoy family and enjoy people around you and then just enjoy your day-to-day life. Um, so I will put in the chat, as well as on the Facebook feed, I just dropped it in the chat, the link that you can go to tonight if you want to go ahead and sign up. Again, there are payment plans. And if you have any questions, even about the payment plans, we invite you, to have that discussion with us. We can do one-on-one calls with you. If there are any other questions about the program, additional information that you may need that may not have been so clear tonight. We hope that it was, but just in case you think about something once you leave here, I'm also dropping an email address in here, which is info@joliesenterprises.com. Info@Jolie's, that's JOLEASE, and then enterprises right behind that. So info@joliesenterprises.com. And again, I just dropped it in the chat here. I will put it on the Facebook page to make sure that you will be able to access the link for registration and the email address in case you have any questions about the program. Again, ladies, I've been saying this all year. This is truly the year for transformation. And we hope that you see that and realize that, today is the best day to get going. I know I've done it. I know I've been talking to these ladies and they're doing it, and just so many people who are just ready to live life the way they want it to be, healthy and emotionally stable and set, and of course doing what they love, something with some purpose, with their
Mhm.
purpose in mind. Anything else you want to add, ladies? We got started a little late, but I think we kept it to an hour because we almost got
Mhm.
started like 8:30. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'll say this. If you believe in yourself and you believe in the three of us, we can get you to where you want to be. We can get you to where you want to go. If you have goals for your career, if you have goals for your business, Alethea is your coach to help you get to that place. So much of what I do, like I said, fitness and all of that is not just the food, but it's a lot of the baggage or the root cause of why you're eating the way you're eating, or why you're making the choices that you're making, or why your schedule is the way that it is. And Monique just shared with us how to work that out. And so, it is so amazing. There, oftentimes, she and I, we kind of refer back and forth because there are people that I'm working with that have some underlying issues. That is not just skipping the Popeye's chicken sandwich, right? There's a reason that you're drawn to that Popeye's chicken sandwich or whatever it is. And some of those are some of the emotional pieces, emotional eating, stress eating. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, right? But in this program, you get someone that can put together a plan to help you to lose weight, that can deal with some of your emotional baggage, that will also help you lose weight and build upon your life in so many other areas because you're not controlled by your emotions. And then you have Alethea, who's going to allow you to show up and show out at work,
Yes.
right? Whether you just need some increased visibility, whether
Yes.
you want some more money, you want that next promotion, you have your eye on a new job, or you're
Yeah.
ready to venture out and do your own thing. You have it all here. But you have to be willing, as I said at the top of the hour, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. You have to be willing to invest in the time, and you have to be willing to listen to what's being shared and to take action.
Yeah.
I didn't get to preach tonight, but faith without works is dead. I am a preacher as well. It's Holy Week, so I'm going to throw it in for Holy Week.
Right.
Faith without works is dead. Okay, so we have to take the steps. You
Yeah.
have to take the steps and believe that you can get out of this program everything that you put into it, on top of everything that I promise you, ladies, we are pouring into this program so that you walk away successful, so that you really walk away transformed. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to brag on you guys, because that's what I do. As soon as y'all
Yes, you
start hitting
will.
those
Yes,
milestones,
you will.
I start bragging on my clients, and I'm
Yeah.
always in awe. I'm always amazed. The last time that we did this, the feedback was absolutely incredible, and it didn't end.
Yeah.
What was learned didn't end at the end of the 6 weeks. It
Mm-mm.
continued on, and
Yes.
people just continued with the new habits. They continued with implementing what they learned, action steps. We were able to deal with some real life situations
Yes.
and work people through in real time what their specific situation is.
Mm.
And that speaks to just the intimacy of the program. Alethea didn't mention this, but this is not a program for 25 people. It's
No.
not a program for 30 people. This is a small program, and space is limited,
Yeah.
because we want to know your story. We want to know what's going on in your life. We want to know areas where we need to focus your transformation so that you can really get the results. I'm big on results.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm big on results. I worked out for 17 years with no results. I don't
Hmm.
want to do anything else in my life with no results. I don't have time. And you don't either. So if you want results, we have the program. If you want to be transformed, we have the program for you. And I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to serving you. And I'm just excited about it.
Yes. 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 Monique, you have anything you want to add?
I think you all have said it. I'm excited. I can't wait to do this again. I mean, it was wonderful the first time. I know it's going to be even better this time,
Mm.
and I'm just looking forward for the transformations that's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I thought maybe you were going to preach too.
Oh, I'll save that for Friday.
For Holy Week.
Yeah, I gotta do that Friday.
All right, ladies. This was awesome. This was
Yeah.
awesome. So, you all have the information that you need. Please follow up with us. If you have any questions about anything we said tonight, we gave you the information for enrollment, and we hope that we will see you either next week at another webinar that we're doing. And definitely, we want to see you as a part of our transformation program so that we can help you to transform in the year 2021. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your patience. Thank you with our technical difficulties. And I don't care how you practice, this stuff still gets us, but it's okay. We got there, and hopefully it was definitely worth the wait. So, you guys have a good night, and we'll talk soon.
All
Bye bye,
right.
All right.
everybody.
Bye bye.